Hi everyone, welcome to MyMax Academy. In this session, we'll continue with the quadratic equation chapter from your 10th standard CBSE Mathematics. We will continue from example 15 in page number 87. So, example 15 from page number 87. Right? So, the question is, a motor boat whose speed is 80 km per hour in still water takes 1 hour more to go 24 kilometers upstream than to return downstream to the same spot. Find the speed of the stream. Find the speed of the stream. So, see, suppose that motorboat is going like this, okay? So, which means, suppose the stream is flowing in this direction, the boat is going in this direction. This is stream. Stream means water. Stream is water or current, they call it as stream, and this is boat. If the stream goes this side and the boat goes the opposite direction of the stream, then we call this as upstream. The boat is going up the stream. When both are in the same direction, the stream is also in this direction, boat is also in the same direction. The boat is going in this direction, stream is also in this direction, we call that as downstream, and obviously the upstream speed will be slow because you are going against the current of the water. The water is flowing from the opposite direction, the boat is going here, water is coming this side. So there is a force that opposes the speed of the boat. So obviously your upstream stream will be lower than the downstream stream, the downstream speed, right? So I told you this in the linear equations in two variables chapter about whenever we see a problem which talks about upstream and downstream, then we should write two things immediately. The one is, one, they have given the speed of the boat in the still water is given. What is the speed of the boat? Speed of the boat in the still water, is given to be 18 kilometers per hour. 18 kilometers per hour. Now what is the speed of the stream? Speed of the stream is not given, that we need to find. What is the speed of the stream? Speed of the stream is x kilometer per hour, because that is not given. You have to find the speed of the stream. We will take the speed of the stream as, let the speed of the stream be x kilometer per hour. Speed of the boat is speed of the boat in the still water. If the water is stagnant, the water is not flowing, in that case, what is the speed of the boat? That is 18 kilometer. The speed of the stream is x kilometer per hour. Now what it says is, the boat takes 1 hour more to go upstream than to come back to the same spot by coming towards downstream, and the total distance is 24 kilometers upstream. Right? The boat, it takes 1 hour more to go 24 kilometer upstream than to return downstream to the same spot. Suppose if it is starting from here, the boat is starting from here, right? It is going here like this, from here to here. This is 24 kilometers. And then it returns back to the same point. But going upstream takes 1 hour more than returning back. Because suppose if it is going up to cover this 24 kilometers from this point, say point A to point B, it takes 1 hour more than to come from B to A. Because while coming back it is fast, because the water is also flowing in this direction, boat also is coming from B to A. Both are in the same direction, the flow, the speed will be increased, right? The speed will be faster. So now let's try to write two more points, which is, we have to write the upstream speed and downstream speed. What is upstream speed? Upstream speed of the boat will be equal to, see, the boat is going against the stream. Stream is coming this way, boat is going this way. Boat is going at the speed of 18 kilometers per hour. Your water is, or the stream is flowing at the rate of x kilometer per hour, and both are in the opposite direction. So the speed will be reduced. So it will be 18 minus x. Your upstream stream will be speed of the boat minus speed of the stream. This is the net speed. That is the upstream speed. It will be slower. When you're going at 18 km per hour, your water is pushing you back by x km per hour. So which means your net speed will be 18 minus x km per hour. Now downstream speed will be speed of the boat. That will be equal to, now downstream speed means the boat is also going in this direction, stream is also going in this direction, which means the boat is already flowing in 18 km per hour, the stream is also going x kilometers, so it will push the boat faster. So which means the speed of downstream speed will be 18 plus x. Downstream speed will be the speed of the water, speed of the speed of the boat plus speed of the water. That will be the downstream speed. Now what is given is, to go 24 km upstream, it takes 1 hour to come back to the same spot downstream, which means the time taken for upstream is equal to time taken for downstream plus 1, which means to go upstream it takes 1 hour more than the time it takes to go downstream. For example, if it is downstream it takes 4 hours, means upstream it will take 1 hour more, which means 5 hours. So to go from B to A, if it takes 4 hours, to go from A to B it takes 5 hours. So which means from A to B it takes 5 hours, and from B to A it took only 4 hours. Which means to go upstream it takes 1 hour more than to return to the downstream to the same spot. So which means your upstream speed will be 1 hour more than the downstream time. Your upstream time will be 1 hour more than the downstream time. That is what is given in the question. It takes 1 hour more to go 24 km upstream than to return downstream to the same spot. Fine. So which means, now what is the time taken for upstream? That is upstream distance. Time is what? Distance by speed. Upstream distance by upstream speed. That is your upstream time. Time taken for upstream is upstream speed, distance by upstream speed. Distance by speed is time. That is equal to time taken for downstream is downstream distance by downstream speed. Downstream speed, that will give the time taken for downstream plus this one. So what I have written, time is distance by speed. Since we are talking about downstream speed, the downstream time, it should be downstream distance by downstream speed. Here time taken for upstream. So time is again distance by speed. Distance will be upstream distance by upstream speed. Right? Now what is our upstream distance? It is 24 kilometers. That is given in the book. By what is our upstream speed? Upstream speed is what? Upstream speed of the boat is 18 minus x equal to downstream distance. Downstream is also, it is coming back to the same point, which means it is covering the same distance. It goes from A to B, which is 24 km. Again from B to A it is coming back. So which means the distance is 24 by downstream speed is this one, 18 plus x equal to, plus 1. Right? Now we'll bring this 24 this here. So you'll get 24 by 18 minus x minus 24 by 18 plus x equal to 1. I'm bringing this one this side. It will become minus 24 by. Now we need to transform this into a quadratic equation and solve for x. Now how do we do this? So we'll take first 24 common. This 24 common. Then it will become 1 by 18 minus x minus 1 by 18 plus x equal to 1. So 24 is present, so I've taken that common. So then what it becomes? So you get 24 into, I am writing the same step again, 18 minus x plus 1 by 18 plus x, minus equal to 1. Right? So 18 minus x. So 24 into, now multiply 1 into 18 minus x is 18 So 1 into 18 plus x is 18 plus x minus, then you have to put immediately bracket this into this, right? 18 minus x into 1 is 18 minus x by 18 minus x into 18 plus x. 18 minus x into 18 plus x equal to 1. So how do you do this into this minus this into this by this into this? So 24 times, now this will become 18 plus x minus 18. You have to put the bracket here, that is very important. Then minus 18 into x minus 18 minus into minus plus x by 18 minus x into 18 plus x. So what is this? A plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square equal to 1. Right? Now here 18 will get cancelled. By x plus x is 2x. So 24 into 2x by 18 square is 324 minus x square equal to 1. Right? So which means 24 into 2x is 48x by 324 minus x square equal to 1. Now again cross multiply. So by 1. Fine. So if I cross multiply this into this, 48 into x is 48x equal to 324 minus x square into 1 will give you 324 minus x square. If I bring these two to this side, then I'll get x square plus 48x. This 324 comes here, it will become minus 324 equal to 0. Equal to 0. Fine. Now we need to solve this using our quadratic formula. Right? See, this minus x square comes here, it becomes plus x square. 324 comes here, it becomes minus 324. 48x stays here only. Right? Now what do we do here? First we will try to find b square minus 4ac. Right? So what is our b square minus 4ac? So what is a? A is 1. Our b is 48 and c is minus 324. So we'll try to find what is our b square. Right? So what is our b square? B square minus 4ac is 48 square minus 4 into a is 1 into minus 324. Fine. So if you do all that, you will get here 3600. If you do this 48 square and this is minus into minus plus 4 into 324, and then if you add, you'll get 3600, which is greater than 0. Right? So I'll write the continuation here. Continuation of the problem here. Fine. So now, so d is greater than 0. D is greater than 0. Therefore, roots are real and distinct. Roots are real and distinct. Now we will try to find the roots. Now what is the root? X is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So x is equal to minus b minus of b. B is how much? 48 minus 48 plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac. We got it as 3600. 3600 by 2a. 2 into a. A is how much? 1. So this will become minus 48 plus or minus square root of 3600 is 60 by 2. You can calculate the square root. So then your x becomes, x will take two things. X is equal to minus 48 plus 60 by 2, or x is equal to minus 48 minus 60 by 2. So this will give you x is equal to 60 minus 48 is 12 by 2, which is 6, or it will become 48 plus this is 1, x is equal to minus 54. But x is the speed of the stream. Speed of the stream. Speed cannot be negative. Speed cannot be negative. So we can't take minus 54 there. So the answer is what? X is equal to 6 is the answer. So therefore, speed of the stream is equal to 6 km per hour. So we cannot take negative value. We have to take this one. So this is the answer. The speed of the stream is 6 km per hour. Fine. Okay. So now we will So this is the end of this problem. Now we'll go to exercise 4.3. Let me erase this. Now if you pause the video and copy the notes. I'm erasing now. Fine. Erase this also. The next one is exercise 4.3. Right? So exercise 4.3 in page number 87. Now the first question is, find the roots of the following quadratic equations if they exist by the method of completing squares. By the method of completing squares. So let me start with the first problem. First subdivision, it should be easy. You can do as homework. I will do the second one. Fine. So I'll do the second problem in the first second subdivision. Right. So whatever method I'm going to follow for second, you do the same for the first one. We also already done in the previous videos how to do the method of completing squares. The first one is easy problem, so you can try as homework. Second problem I will do, which is 2x square plus x minus 4 equal to 0. Now we need to solve this quadratic equation by the method of completing squares. So how do we do using method of completing squares? And again, for the method of completing squares, I told you that the first step is we have to make sure that the coefficient of x square is 1. We have to make the coefficient of x square 1. If it is not 1, so in this problem it is 2. So we have to make it as 1. How do you make it as 1? You will divide by 2. Divide by 2 throughout. So 2x square by 2 plus x by 2 minus 4 by 2 equal to 0 by 2. Each term we have to divide by 2. Then 2 will get cancelled. We will get x square plus x by 2 minus 4 by 2 is 2. 0 by 2 is 0. So the given equation becomes like this. Now we should compare this with either a plus b the whole square, which is a square plus 2ab plus b square, or we should compare this with a minus b the whole square, which is a square minus 2ab plus b square. So one of them. Now here if you see, this is a square plus, you are getting plus here. You have to take only these two terms. Don't worry about the constant term. Take these two terms and compare this. Either it is like a square plus 2ab or a square minus 2ab. Here is something square plus. So which means it is like this form, a square plus 2ab form. So this two terms should be written as a square plus 2ab. These two terms should be written as a square plus 2ab. Why plus 2ab and not minus 2ab? Because we have a plus here. If this was minus, then we would have written it as a square minus 2ab. Now compare these two. Now what is my a square? My a square is my x square. When x square is x square, my a becomes x. When a square is x square, my a becomes x. Now b 2ab. 2ab is this one. This 2ab is this one, x by 2. So your 2ab equal to x by 2, x by 2. Now we have found that a is x. What is b? You have to find what is b. So which means 2 into a is x. I am substituting x into b. B is b equal to x by 2. So b is equal to x by 2. Then this 2x will come down into 2x. This 2 into x will come down. B will stay here. Now here x will get cancelled. We will get b as 1 by 4. B as 1 by 4. So we have found b now. So which means once I know what is a and what is b, I can write this as x square is a square because a is x. So x square. This looks like a square plus this should be written as 2ab into 2 into a into b. 2 into a is x into b. B is 1 by 4. Now once you express these two terms as a square plus 2ab, now if you square x square, you will get this. Now if you multiply all this, 2 into x into 1 by 4, you will get x by 2. 2 will get cancelled. This will become 2x, but you'll get back this. So we have written these two terms as a square plus 2ab. But we need to get b square plus b square, which is not there. So which means we should add b square and subtract b square. So which means I should add b square. B square means 1 by 4 the whole square. And immediately I should subtract that 1 by 4 the whole square. Then you write this minus 2. Then equal to 0. So which means the same expression we have written it in this way. So that we can have these three as a plus, this 3 will look like a plus b the whole square form. Clear? So if you do x square, you'll get this. If you do 2 into x into 1 by 4, you'll get this. And plus 1 by 4 and minus 1 by 4 the whole square, they will get cancelled. Basically, this is 0. And this is minus 2. So you'll get back the same. Right? So once you write these two as a square plus 2ab, we need b square. So which means I should add b square. When I add b square, I should subtract b square. Then only the equality will be intact. Otherwise, you can't say this step is equal to this step. If you just add only 1 by 4. When I add something, I have to subtract the same thing. Then only the equation remains the same. So now what we have done, we have written now these three terms. We can take it as, this looks like a square plus 2ab plus b square. It can be written as a plus b the whole square. Instead of these three terms, we can write it as a plus b the whole square. Now, then this will become minus 1 by 4 the whole square. So 1 square is 1, 4 square is 16, minus this 2 equal to 0. Right? So these three terms has become like this. And this is minus 1 by 4 the whole square is 1 by 16. This is minus 2 equal to 0. Now again I'll write this. This is x plus 1 by 4 the whole square equal to, now minus 1 by 16 goes to the other side. It becomes plus 1 by 16. Minus 2 goes to the other side. It becomes plus 2. Okay. So now x plus 1 by 4 the whole square equal to, we should add them. If you add these two, what do we get? LCM is 16. 16 ones are 16 plus 16 32. So you get x plus 1 by 4 the whole square equal to 33 by 16. 33 by 16. So what will happen to the next step? So I'll write the next step here. The next step is, I'll write here. Right? So this is rough work. Okay. These are all your rough work. Fine. I'll put them like this. Fine. These are rough work. Right. Now this is x plus 1 by 4 the whole square is equal to 33 by 16. I'm writing the same thing again. 16. Fine. Now what is x plus 1 by, so this becomes x plus 1 by 4 equal to plus or minus square root of 33 by 16. So that will be equal to x plus 1 by 4 equal to plus or minus square root of 33 by square root of 16 is 4. You don't put the square root on the denominator because square root of 16 has become 4. Now this will branch out into two cases. This will branch out into two cases, which means x plus 1 by 4 equal to plus root 33 by 4 is one case, or x plus 1 by 4 equal to minus root 33 by 4. That is another case. Right? Now in this case, what do we get? X is equal to root 33 by 4. This 1 by 4 goes to this side, it will become minus 1 by 4. Or x is equal to minus root 33 by 4. This plus 1 by 4 goes this side, it will become minus 1 by 4 again. So now here 1 by 4 is same LCM 4, you get root 33 minus 1. That is your x. Or it will become x is equal to minus root 33 minus 1 by 4. Right? So we can stop here, but generally we'll write the number first, then the square root. Generally we'll write the number and then we'll write the one which is with the square root. So this will be written as x is equal to, first I will write the minus 1, and this is plus 33, plus root 33 by 4. Or I'll write this minus 1 x is equal to minus 1, then minus root 33. First we write the number first. The number is what? Not 1, it is minus 1. And this is plus root 33 by 4. Here number is minus 1 and minus root 33 by 4. So your solution is, or your answer is, the roots are minus 1 plus root 33 by 4 and minus 1 minus root 33 by 4. Clear? So this is the solution for the second problem. First one you can do it in the same way. First one is easy compared to this. That's why I gave it as homework. You can try as homework. But second one is like this. Fine. So we will do the third one now. Okay? Let me erase this. In the first problem, third subproblem. We'll do the third subproblem in the first one. So first one, third subproblem. The question is, we have to solve by the method of computing squares. So which is 4x square plus 4 root 3x plus 3 equal to 0. So we need to solve this by the method of computing squares. Now again, what is the first step in the method of computing squares? You have to make sure that the coefficient of x square is 1. You have to make sure that the coefficient of x square is 1. But it is not the case here. The coefficient of x square is what? 4. So we should first divide each term by 4. Divide by 4 throughout. So it will become 4x square by 4 plus 4 root 3 by 4x plus 3 by 4 equal to 0 by 4. Each term you have to divide by 4. Only then the coefficient of x square will become 1. So that is the first step when you are trying to find the roots of the quadratic equation using the method of completing the square. So 4 and 4 will get cancelled. You will get x square. Plus here also 4 and 4 will go, you will get root 3x plus 3 by 4 equal to 0 by 4 is 0. Now we should take the first two terms and see whether it is matching with a square plus 2ab or a square minus 2ab. Here it is plus, so it should match, it is looking like this, a square plus 2ab. So which means we should write this as a square plus 2ab form. Which means my a square should be equal to x square. So I am putting a square equal to x square here, so a equal to x. Then my 2ab should be equal to this one, root 3x. So my 2ab should be equal to root 3x. Now we should find the value of b. Now we will substitute for a is x, we know, substitute a is x here. So we have 2 into x, because a is x, into b equal to root 3x. Now b equal to root 3x by this 2x will come down, 2x. Now xx will get cancelled, where b will become root 3 by 2. So b is root 3 by 2. So now I can write this as a square, this one, plus 2 into a is x, into b is root 3 by 2. Now if you do this, now if you multiply all this, what do you get? 2 will get cancelled, x into root 3, x root, I will get back this. This x square is this. So the same two terms I have rewritten in this form, in the form of a square plus 2ab. Now once I know a square and I know 2ab, we need to get plus b square. So I have got a square plus 2ab, I need b square plus b square. It is not there, which means I should add b square and immediately subtract b square. So add b square, b is root 3 by 2, so root 3 by 2 the whole square, b square minus root 3 by 2 the whole square. I am adding the b square and subtracting the b square immediately, because this term is not there. So this term is there, we have rewritten. This we are rewriting, this we are rewriting. But here we are adding something, then you should subtract the same thing. Then plus 3 by 4, which is this, equal to 0. Equal to 0. Now let's take here. So this becomes, this is in the form of what? These three terms. Looks like a square plus 2ab plus b square. A square plus 2ab plus b square is a minus b. Sorry, a plus b. A is x, b is root 3 by 2. A plus b the whole square. These three terms will become a plus b. A is x, b is root 3 by 2. Sorry. Now that is equal to, sorry. This is a plus b the whole square. Then minus root 3 the whole square is 3. Root 2 the whole square is 4. So it will become 3 by 4. Root 3 by 2 the whole square means what? Root 3 by 2 into root 3 by 2. Root 3 into root 3 is 3. 2 into 2 is 4. This will become plus 3 by 4. equal to 0, right? So x plus root 3 by 2 the whole square is equal to, we can take this to the other side. Here also you can cancel, but generally we'll throw it to the other side. So this minus 3 by 4 will become plus 3 by 4. This plus 3 by 4 will become minus 3 by 4. Then these two will get cut. So you'll get x minus root 3 by 2, sorry, x plus root 3 by 2 the whole square equal to 3 by 4 minus 3 by 4 is 0. 3 by 4 minus 3 by 4 is 0. So therefore we get, so these two will get cancelled. 3 by 4 minus 3 by 4 is 0. So we get x plus root 3 by 2 equal to 2 square will go this side, it will become plus or minus root of 0. And plus or minus root of 0 is 0 because you can't put plus or minus 0 because 0 does not have any sign. So x plus root 3 by 2 equal to, you can still put plus or minus, doesn't matter, right? Then this will branch out into two cases, right? So what are the two cases? The first case is x plus root 3 by 2 equal to plus 0, which means 0 only, or x plus root 3 by 2 equal to minus 0. So which means x plus root 3 by 2 equal to 0, which means x is equal to minus 3 by 2, minus root 3 by 2, minus square root of 3 by 2. Fine. So x is equal to minus square root of 3 by 2. Here x is equal to, now minus 0 means what? 0 only. This plus 3 by 2 goes becomes into minus 3 by 2, where x will become minus 3 by 2, minus root 3 by 2. So in either case, your x value is what? Minus root 3 by 2 minus root 3 by 2. So therefore, the roots are minus root 3 by 2 and minus root 3 by 2. So this is the answer for your third subdivision in the 4.3. Now we'll do the fourth subdivision in 1. So I'll erase this. So that is, next one is, we have to solve by the method of completing square, 2x square plus x plus 4. First problem, fourth sub problem is 2x square plus 4x, sorry, plus x plus 4 equal to 0. We will solve this by the method of completing square. Now again, the first step for the method of completing square is what? We should make sure that the coefficient of x square is 1. But the coefficient of x square is 2. So which means we should make it 1. How do we make it 1? We have to divide by 2 throughout. So we'll divide by 2 throughout. So you get 2x square by 2 plus x by 2 plus 4 by 2 equal to 0 by 2. This will get cancelled. You get x square plus x by 2 plus 2 equal to 0. 0 by 2 is 0, 4 by 2 is 2. Now again we have to check these two terms, whether they look like a square plus 2ab or this looks like a square minus 2ab. Here there is a plus, so it means it looks like a square plus 2ab. Now compare these two terms with these two terms. So my a square is x square. I am writing this, a square equal to x square. So therefore a equal to x. My 2ab will become x by 2. So my 2ab will become x by 2. See, always your a will become x. First term will be a square, a is x. Now we need to find b. Now b is what? Now a is x, substitute a equal to x. So 2 into a is x into b equal to x by 2. So your b will become x by 2 and this 2x will come down into 2x. So x will get cancelled. You get b equal to 1 by 4. 1 by 2 into 2 which is 1 by 4. Now we have got b. So I will write this as a square plus x by 2 can be written as 2ab. 2 into a is x into b. b is 1 by 4. Now if you multiply all the three, 2 into x into 1 by 4, you will get back x by 2. We are just rewriting x by 2 in the form of 2ab. That's why we are finding a and b. Then we have got 2 into a into b. Then I should have b square. Because this we have converted as a square. This is 2ab. Next I need is b square. b square is not there. Then immediately I should add b square. This is 1 by 4 square. And I have to subtract that b square immediately. Then write this plus 2 equal to 0. equal to 0. Clear? So now these three terms, they look like a square plus 2ab plus b square. So this can be written as a plus b the whole square. Instead of these three terms, we can write it as a plus b the whole square because it is in this form. So now we have minus 1 by 4 the whole square means 1 by 16 plus 2 equal to 0. Now again x plus 1 by 4 the whole square equal to, now move this to the other side, minus 1 by 16, if it goes here it will become plus 1 by 16, 2 goes here it will become minus 2. Fine. So now we have x plus 1 by 4 the whole square equal to, now add that. We put by 1, LCM is 16, 1 minus 16 2s are 32, right? So we will get minus 31 by 16, that is x plus 1 by 4 the whole square. Now there is a problem. What problem? A square of a real number is becoming negative, but square of a real number can never become negative. But we are getting it as negative, which means we cannot proceed further. We have to stop and say this particular quadratic equation does not have roots. The roots don't exist for this quadratic equation because it's a square. X plus 1 by 4 whole square. So ultimately it's a number. We're squaring a real number and we are getting a minus 31 by 16, which is not possible. Right? So we'll say the reason is square of a real number cannot be negative. Here we are getting, this is a real number, it is squaring. Square of a real number cannot be negative. So for example, if you do minus 2 the whole square, it is plus 2. If you do minus 5 the whole square, plus 25. So if you square any negative number, you will get a positive number. Or if you square a positive number also, you will get positive number. Worst case, you can get 0. If you square 0, you will get 0. But you will never get negative. The square of a number cannot be negative. So therefore, the quadratic equation does not have any real roots. Does not have real roots. Real, R-E-A-L, real roots. Does not have any real roots. Clear? So the quadratic equation does not have, or the given quadratic equation, this equation, the given quadratic equation does not, does not have any real roots. Then we will conclude that. So we will not proceed further. We can't proceed further because the square of a number cannot be negative. Whenever you see a square on the left side and negative number on the right side, you have to stop and write this. And then you should say the roots, they don't have any solution or they don't have any real roots. Fine. So we will end the session here and you can watch my next video for the continuation of this. Thank you for watching. Thank you.